what's up, gang? And welcome to another super exciting episode of the Brick Slot. You will have noticed that the dining room table is looking a bit bare right now because most of Brickstead has been moved upstairs for Christmas. But we've still got a couple of buildings down here which are in progress, which we'll have a quick look at before the main part of the video, which is looking at some of the vehicles. So first of all, apologies if the video quality is not quite as good as normal. Unfortunately, I accidentally broke my camera the other day. I dropped it on the floor, so I've had to go back to using my old camera, which is not quite as good on the video side, but hopefully we'll be getting a new camera over Christmas. So I just wanted to show you the progress on the town hall to start with. You notice we've got this little statue at the top. Obviously the colours are not all correct at the moment, but we're getting there. We've got the nice sort of triangular part at the top of the building there with a bit of decoration made from a hot dog bun actually. And we've started work on the roof now, which will be light bluish grey on the bottom part and then black, and then I'm probably going to use sloping black bricks on the top there, which is a bit of a departure from the internet version of the model, which used some sort of flat kind of tile pieces to do the roof. We had a bit of a clear out in the house the other day, so you'll notice the teddies have kind of come back at that end of the table. But moving swiftly to the library building, I've started work on the clock tower now. Again, some of the colours are wrong there. We need an actual clock face sort of disc piece there, and we'll be using some sort of dark tan smooth tiles on here to make this nice triangular roof. So that's coming on apace. We've put the stickers on the library spine of the library book, and the building is looking quite nice now, very detailed. And of course, if we use the switch here, we can put the lights on. We've got full LED lighting there, which looks really cool. So now the buildings are updated, I wanted to show you some of the vehicles that I've been making recently. The E-Type Jag is now pretty much complete, apart from a couple of very small corner panels which I need to put in here. You probably can't even see them, but there's a slight gap there where we need a couple of corner panels there, but otherwise that's totally complete and it's looking really cool. I like the shape of this car. Now the E-Type is from a website called Rebrickable, and there's a company called Rolling Bricks which does put on some free instructions for vehicles, and another one of theirs that I decided to use was this, I think it's called a Silver Ghost Rolls Royce, which as you can see isn't quite complete yet. We need to get some colours there, finish off the bumper at the side, and of course the roof needs completion there with some white smooth tiles for that. At the back, obviously these slopes here need to be white, and the bumper needs to be finished off, but that will probably be completed over the next few days, and that will be a really nice addition to Brickstead. Now looking at the remaining kind of 1960s style cars, we've got the police Panda car, which I based on a sort of generic East European car, which was all in black, but I changed it to this nice sort of turquoisey blue and white pieces and turned it into a police car basically, and there's the blue sort of bar light on top of there, and that looks really cool. I actually remember seeing a 1960s Panda car for the first time. It would have been around about 1967, 68. So I was on my way to school and I saw one of these funny looking cars and was very taken with it. And then the final range in the 1960s cars is of course this little group of three here. We've got the 2CV French car there, Citroen of course. I'm going to get a little French beret for the driver and maybe stick a baguette in there as well to give it a bit more of a French vibe. But that's a very nice sort of 4-stud wide car. And next to it of course is the 1960s style little Fiat Cinquecento car, which again is I guess that's maybe 6 studs wide if you include the bumpers and the bits on the bonnet. But again, basically the roof is 4 studs wide, and it's got a little driver in there as well. These cars were designed for the very narrow Italian streets basically, which is why they're so dinky and small. And then finally, of course, as we mentioned before, I think in the last show, the Mini Clubman, I've totally revamped the front of it. We've got these really nice sort of silvery coloured engine grille, and these sort of curved smooth plates are really good. We've got the red ones behind. I can show you actually that if we take off the plate a little bit, you can see this slightly unusual shaped plate behind it. It's got a stud in the middle there. It's a sort of kind of half moon shape with a stud in the middle, and then we just put the silver plate on the front of that, which looks really effective. And of course, Sir Michael Kane is driving the car on his way to do the Italian job. You're only supposed to blow the blooming doors off. You remember that film, don't you, gang? If we turn it round a bit, you can see the back is really nicely styled as well. We even got red coloured sort of connecting pins there to hold on these sort of quarter cheese shaped plates. So that's looking really good, and we've got a nice little black coloured license plate on the back, which looks great. So with the 1960s vehicles out of the way, we can then have a look at the sort of 1930s to 1940s genre of cars, including a couple of new ones. This one, of course, is the sort of 1930s racing car, which I made some time ago. And it's got a nice little minifig in there holding the gear stick, and looks like he's enjoying himself there. The most recent car, I'm still building this, so it's a work in progress. We need to get some light bluish grey coloured wheels if possible. But you notice it's got the old 1950s Lego kind of white or creamy coloured tyres on there, which looks really effective. You can just see the one under the back bumper as well there. This particular car is a 1940s Buick model. I again went to the website called Rebrickable for that one, and there's a commercial site on there called Brick Build Customs, and they put instructions on which you have to buy. They're normally something like $3 or $4 to buy the instructions. The only bit that I need to complete on here, you notice there's a couple of yellow coloured slopes on there which obviously need to be orange, but I didn't have all the correct bricks for that. In fact, I had to buy a few of the bricks from Bricklink, including these nice windshield pieces there. But otherwise that's quite a nice sort of Art Deco looking car, and I'm really pleased with that one. At the back it's got a very nice sort of Art Deco style bumper and kind of smooth curves at the back, which look very good. Now, my one slight criticism with this brick build customs car, which, as I say, I bought the instructions for this one. It didn't really have a proper place for a minifig to go in there. It just had a sort of cockpit, but it wasn't big enough to put a minifig in. So what I did was, I lengthened this kind of smooth tile here from being a 3 stud length to making it 4 stud. So we've got a bit of extra space in there, and I managed then to insert this minifig. Even so, I had to use the old-fashioned body type where the arms are kind of flush with the body rather than being on a separate movable pin. So that's the only way I could get a minifig to fit in this car. I didn't want it just to be an empty cockpit, because I think it looks better when there's somebody driving it. So I did make 1 or 2 small changes like that, and also I changed the side part of the engine a little bit there to give that nice sort of engine grille at the side. But otherwise, it's pretty much as described in the instructions. So the next car, this one, we've already had a quick look at this, but I finished it off with some nice bricks. As always, I can't resist changing the spec of the car. This one was actually designed by Lego themselves, and it was used as a gift with purchase. But I changed it slightly. I put a sort of grill plate there for the running board of the car, and I think I used yellow plates there instead of, I think they were originally dark grey, but I thought yellow looked better to sort of continue the yellow theme from the side and the back of the car. But that's a nice little sort of 1940s taxi cab there, which will go very nicely in Brickstead. And finally, these 2 little vehicles. Basically, these are on a YouTube site called Jerry Builds Bricks, where he does a sort of speed build. This red one, he was originally made in black, and on the Jerry Builds Bricks site, the model is black there, but I decided to make it bright red just as a change. I particularly like the sort of Art Deco curved grille at the front there, which is, of course, made with kind of discs. And I originally used light bluish grey, but then I decided to swap them for sort of flat silver discs, which I think kind of lifts it a little bit, gives it a more interesting appearance at the front. And then when you put the bonnet on there, it makes it look like these are a kind of half circle shape, which is really nice. I like the steering wheel on there, which is quite a big chunky steering wheel, and I've put the driver's hand on the wheel there, as you can see. And inspired by that, I designed my own car, which I made in blue, and decided to put the sort of triangular bonnet piece on there rather than exposing the pistons as in the previous one. And instead of the Art Deco engine grille, we've got a standard Lego engine grille there, which I think still looks very nice with the headlights either side. Back in the 40s, cars actually looked like cars. They had these lovely curved bumpers or fenders over the wheels, and they tended to have the engine grille kind of sticking up vertically at the front, and these lovely sweeping curved fenders at the front, which look really Art Deco. Very nice design there. Well, gang, I think that's all the updates for this time round. Once again, apologies if the video quality is not quite as good as normal, but hopefully we'll rectify that in a couple of weeks, maybe over the Christmas period. I might get a new camera in my Christmas stocking, hopefully. But otherwise, it's time to say live long and prosper, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel, and we're getting very close to 200 subscribers now. So I'll see you all after Christmas, and have a great holiday, and see you all next time.